tonight's meeting. So we're a little bit delayed, so my sincere apologies. I'm also still learning how to use the equipment here. But without any further delay, let's get things started here tonight. So remember, this is a time for you where we can just relax, reflect, and reset a little bit, and just give feedback of what you've learned from last week, and also just to give us some feedback in terms of your experiences, how you've been able to apply what you've learned on this platform, and the progress that you are making in your life. And I know some of you have made some amazing progress this week in terms of breakthroughs that you've experienced. So through the evening, I'm going to also give you some nice information about upcoming events that we have. And remember, the Mindful Moments Activity Workbook is still available at my bookstore, and more information about that later on. But let's dive into the reason why we are here tonight and what you can gain from tonight's session in terms of unshakable confidence and how to unlock the power within yourself. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to work on your confidence, because many of you struggle with confidence, and you would like to learn how to unlock the power within yourself to become the real authentic version of yourself. And that's what we're going to focus here on tonight. And so let's dive into this topic tonight of unshakable confidence. So let's see, what have you been doing this week? That's just you started exercising. The eternal present moment motivated me. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So living, Mariska, yes, I'm living my highest excitement right now. And you are starting to doing something. I love it. I love it. And that's the whole idea of this whole broadcast, to motivate you so that you can take the necessary action. And this is what we're going to focus on tonight. A little bit of a push start tonight, and even to push you further in the right direction. So that's what we're going to do here tonight. So let's get it all started. And in terms of tonight's aspect of unshakable confidence, here comes the first slide that I would like to share with you. And so far, most of you have learned that I say you need to follow your highest excitement. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are keen to build your confidence, you're going to have to identify what is your highest excitement. Following your highest excitement in each special moment. What's your highest excitement right now, for instance? And this is just to tune into this live broadcast. That's your fastest way to become your most confident self. Imagine when you do things that you don't like. Imagine when you do things that you're not good at. Of course, your confidence will be undermined. But when you follow your highest excitement, you are tapping into something. And this is what I want to encourage you tonight, because excitement is a signal from your higher mind guiding you towards your most natural path. Because when you are responding to your highest excitement, it's natural. It just comes spontaneously. And confidence naturally arises when you do what you love doing and follow what excites you. There's no such a thing more than doing something that you hate, and your confidence is being undermined. Your confidence is undermined when you do stuff that you are not competent to do. It's a setup for failure. But there's another warning, that fear and hesitation stem from acting out of alignment with what is truly authentic to you. Let me give you an example. If you feel excited about learning a new skill, but doubt creeps in, like for instance, what if I fail? You're going to have to recognize that the excitement itself is the sign you're meant to explore. And you're going to have to take a small step. And what's going to happen? Momentum builds confidence. So many times we have this exciting idea of what we want to pursue, but there's fear, the doubt. But that's not something that we need to buy into, because that puts you back. It pulls you back. The highest excitement is your cue that you need to follow. And this is your authentic self that's speaking to you, that you need to move forward in that direction. But fear and excitement, fear and hesitation, they stem from acting out of that alignment, what is truly authentic to you. And fear don't want you to get into that real you. And that's where the doubt comes in. And tonight I want to really make you aware of, understand what really, really excites you. To become aware of, in the present moment, what gives you the highest possible excitement right now. You see, I was very excited tonight to start with this broadcast, and then I found out that the microphone is not working. But my excitement to really make this broadcast a success overrules the stress, the fear of what if it's not going to work. I don't care. It must work. I must make it a successful thing. My excitement is being here with you. And if you can really build your whole life around this idea of what excites you the most in the present moment, and respond to it, react on it, act on it, and put all your energy, all your time, and your money into it until you can't do it anymore without any expectation of the outcome. That's the whole idea of excitement. It flows in your life when you act in your highest excitement. And this is what I love about this group. So many of you who are tuned in, you are learning to tap into your highest excitement. You're responding to it, and you're getting the results. You are shifting. This is the shift that we are talking about. And more people on this planet this year, all over, I hear people talk about there's a shifting taking place on this planet of conscious. And the shifting that I see from my experience is how more and more people moving, positioning themselves into what excites them the most, and how they bridge the fear and the doubt, and not responding to that. Because what excites you is the signal from God to show to you, my son, my daughter, this is the way. This is the way going forward. So let us respond to it. Indulge in your highest excitement. Engulf yourself with it. Whatever your highest excitement is. Right now, my highest excitement is... Right, that's for those of you who had your birthday yesterday. So there's your sing-along song. So it excites me. And if we can live in the moment of excitement, you know what? You get away with many things when you live in excitement. It's contagious. Because there's energy flowing from within. So many people are not living in their highest excitement. They're living a secondary life. They're doing things that they hate. They go to jobs that they hate. They live in relationships that they hate, because they're not following their highest excitement. And the key is simple. In the simplicity of things that you get involved with, the simplicity of things that you do that excites you. I want to remind you, a couple of weeks ago, I was just plagued here by the mosquitoes here. And I said, we just need to doom away all of these negative thoughts. So I say tonight again, all these limiting beliefs, let's doom them away, because damn the dooming thoughts. Let's doom the damn thoughts away so that we can live on our highest excitement and pursue what we've been called for. The whole time God's been speaking to you, say, this is what I'm showing to you. Follow your highest excitement. But fear, doubt, the second thought, holds us back. And we can't be our authentic self if we do not respond to our highest excitement. And listen, the definition is without any expectation of the outcome. I have no control of the outcome because I enjoy the journey. The ride is fantastic. The scenery of life is beautiful for me that I enjoy. My destination, when I arrive there, fantastic, wonderful. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying the journey. And that's the whole idea of responding to your highest excitement that you need to become aware of. And it's easy. People ask me, Jeff, how do I find my highest excitement? Stay in the moment. Start observing the present moment, what's happening around you that may excite you. You remember, in standard 3, I was really very, very keen to become a musician one day. And the only thing I could really afford to buy was this little thing. You know what this is? It's a Joe's harp, Afrikaanse trompie. And I was so excited to become one day a professional musician, but I couldn't afford a guitar. And I got hold of this thing, a Joe's harp. You know what it is. Listen. And I started just playing with that, and I was imagining, visualizing myself in a band one day. So, you know how it sounds. It goes like this. If I just go to my microphone, let's bring my microphone a bit closer. Simple thing. It was my journey of becoming a professional musician. A simple thing like this that was enough to excite me to see the bigger picture. So we all have to start somewhere. And some of you have said this week to me, Jeff, I'm starting somewhere, something very small. Mariska, I love your testimony yesterday, what you told me. I'm starting small, and I'm finding the excitement in the small things. Mari, you say busy being creative on Canva about my journey, incorporating into my business. The creative juices in your life is just astonishing. I'm just amazed by all the creative juices flowing from you because you are now in an environment where you can flourish and just enjoy your highest excitement. And it's unstoppable. You're becoming an unstoppable human being. This Joe's harp was the entry point for me later on in life to play 7 different kinds of instruments: the guitar, the bass guitar, the banjo, the ukulele, the trumpet, and also then later on the saxophone. And I'm not including the bugle, because if you play the trumpet, you automatically can play the bugle. I'm a bit rusted in it because your highest excitements over the years and over time may change, and it even will change. And that's fine. What's your highest excitement today may change tomorrow. That's part of fun in life. But if you have been working in the same environment, the same company for 40 years, and you've been enjoying it, stay there. Stay there. This is what you need to do. So beautiful. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I remember in standard 7, my dad couldn't really afford me a guitar, and he gave me a ukulele, because this ukulele just cost around about 80, 90 rand. Now it's costing around about 1,000, 2,000 rand, this thing. And a Cape Coon, Kaapse Klops, a Cape Coon taught me there in the music shop to play this instrument. So I could play this instrument within one day because the chords are very simple. But as I was playing this instrument, you know what was happening? I was visualizing myself to play the guitar, to become a guitarist, to play in a band one day. My highest excitement was my driving point. And many of you know, until standard 7, I was in a special needs school. Between standard 3 and standard 7, I was in a special needs school for children with epilepsy and learning disabilities. And my self-esteem through bullying and struggling with academics, was really down, down, down. And my exit ticket from that state of depression and misery and suicidal thoughts as a little kid and anxiety disorder and being labeled as a special needs child, the exit was the highest excitement of managing to play an instrument. And as I was playing the instrument, in my highest excitement, what started to happen? I started to get attention. People start listening to me, say, play that song, sing that for me. And suddenly people start to see me differently because I started to see myself differently. People will treat you the way you see yourself. That's the problem with bullying. People with a low self-esteem are easy targets for being bullied. So I realized already as a kid, I have to change to act on my highest excitement. And if I do that, I'm stepping into my destiny and people will follow. Okay, does it make sense to you? Can you think of examples in your own life? How you have been responding or currently responding to your highest excitement, and what is happening? Reward. You are getting the necessary reward in your life because you are in alignment with your true, authentic self, because you're reacting on your, or acting on your highest excitement. Hey? So that's the whole idea. Simple. That's the reason why we've been created for. That's the purpose of life. To understand what's your highest excitement in any given special moment, to be mindfully aware of what's your highest excitement in this special moment. And when you're grounded in the special moment, it's more than just mindfulness. It's about identifying in the present moment what's your highest excitement, react on it without any expectation of the outcome, and put all your time, energy, and resources in that. God, universe will never, never, ever disappoint you. That's faith, the domain of faith. You are stepping into the domain of all possibilities. And too many people, what they are doing, they are trapped in this past future scenario because tomorrow will be just as miserable as yesterday. I haven't dealt with my issues of the past, so what's been happening in the past is a manifestation that's going to happen tomorrow. No hope. People are trapped in that whole scenario. And by acting on your highest excitement, what's happening? You are breaking. You're breaking the code. You're cracking the code. You're breaking that curse in your life of yesterday and tomorrow is the same. That generational curse. Remember, we spoke about generational trauma through the old inherited generational belief that we have taken upon ourselves consciously and subconsciously in previous episodes. By becoming aware of it, you're already breaking the pattern. That's why we can change if you break the pattern. So, yes, Mari, women are streaming to your salon because you are manifesting through your highest excitement. People see the contagious excitement in you, and people will flock to your place because the energy is positive. You are joyful. There's always a smile on your face because you're acting on your highest excitement. Many people who are not successful in their job, they wonder why my business is not working because they've got a 6 o'clock long face, like a horse, A horse is always a long face, long face. So no. Quarter to three smile that we have, and that is contagious. Not a fake smile. A fake smile is because you're not acting on your highest excitement. You're not being your true, authentic self. Look at my finger tonight, I'm warning you. So that's the whole idea, to become aware of your highest excitement and to respond to that. Right. So, because we were rudely interrupted tonight, I said that the topic of tonight is to have unshakable confidence. I don't need any artificial jingles. I just create my own. Unshakable confidence. So this is my cue. This is how I've been reprogramming myself when I play the shaker. Unshakable confidence. In the mic it sounds awesome. Unshakable confidence. Ding. That's the whole idea of responding to your highest excitement and put all your energy, everything into it until you can't do it anymore. Hey, that's wonderful if we can just understand this concept, to follow your highest excitement. Next point is to understand that you're going to have to reframe your fear, your reservational feelings. What if? The but, the buts. To reframe fear as excitement. Many people confuse fear with excitement and understand that when you fear, you're actually having excitement. It's the same chemicals that you are secreting. Fear and excitement, they are the same energies, only the interpretation differs. So next time when you have fear, next time when you have that butterfly feelings on your stomach, when you have that feeling when you have to do public speaking, for instance, realize that you can reframe fear as excitement. It's just the interpretation that you need to change. Because when you feel fear, it means you are on the edge of growth. That's why we say, face your fears. Face your fears tonight. Ask yourself, what is it that you are fearing? Because you are standing on the brink of a miracle. You are on the brink of a miracle, and fear is standing there and say, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Trying to hold you back. Your lower self is trying to hold you back, and that's what I'm saying tonight. Become aware of these fears. Because confidence is simply acting despite the fear. You are aware of the fear. You acknowledge the fear. You're not ignoring it. You just acknowledge it because you are reframing it, knowing that the outcome doesn't define your worth. Because if you can do this reframing, you are doing a shifting. And if you shift your perspective, fear becomes a thrilling challenge rather than a limitation. Embrace your fears. Embrace it because it's part of your journey. Embrace it. Make it part of you. Before speaking in public, for instance, instead of saying, I'm nervous, telling yourself then, I am excited for this opportunity. Isn't this exciting? I've got this butterfly feeling. And this subtle shift rewires your brain to associate fear with growth, not danger anymore. Fear is my ally. Fear accompanies me. And I will deal with fear. I will reframe it. I will reframe it. And that's the whole idea. Does it make sense tonight? That's when I coach people. And this is the whole idea, that we take the energy that is there and say, let's not shift it away. Use it. You just have to reframe yourself in the way I'm giving you the example of doing it. Okay. So that's what we're doing here tonight. You are learning tonight not to cast only. You can do it if you want to cast away the fear, but I'm giving you an easier exit tonight just to learn to reframe your fear as excitement. You know what I mean when you have that butterfly feelings before you start something new. You know it. And if you don't shy away from it, you're responding to the fear in terms of reframing it. Fear becomes my food. Because fear I can turn into or convert into false evidence as appearing real. My mind is just playing a game here with me, and I don't have to respond to it. Awesome stuff, eh? Awesome stuff. Think about it. I want to give you homework for those of you who are doing the online coaching program with me on Thursday evenings. I want you to become aware of what you fear. What's your biggest fears? What are those fears, the what ifs in your life that's been holding you back? So just by the way, If anyone else want to join the Thursday night coaching program, the coaching and mentoring program with me, you can see on our group Mindful Moments Facebook, you can get all the information and you can join us at any time. Okay, let's move on to the next point. Yes, I fear nothing. I'm excited about everything, even waxing. Let me tell you, one day when I went for a wax to remove my back hair before I went to Margate Beach, because other people in my life thought I must not expose my back because I'm a bit hairy. But what a painful experience it was to wax my back or my hair. That was not my highest excitement. Today, I embrace being a bit hairy. I am okay with it. My highest excitement is to go to Margate Beach and to just walk there the way I am. I don't care what other people think of my hairy back. I'm okay with it. But if you want to wax it, go for it, don't stop. That's your highest excitement, not mine. Right, I'm just giving you an example tonight, practical example of how it works, how we can use our highest excitement as a signal, as a GPS to move forward into our journey. That's very snags. Yes, that evening I remember I went there to the beautician lady there in Menlyn, Maine. That vicious look on her face when she was standing literally on my back and with those plastic strips, those sellotape strips, rip it from my back. When I was 2 days later standing there at the beach in Margate, my back had these red stripes there. There was no excitement for that for me to enjoy. It was painful to expose my back to the sun. Don't let other people think on your behalf what your highest excitement is supposed to be. What you want to order on the menu in the restaurant is your choice. Let nobody decide for you what you want, okay? You get it? Right. So, yes, you're doing the waxing. I will do the axing tonight. What's the axing tonight? Last week I had a problem in my house. There was a bit of obstruction. And I had to get this tool, this plunger, to get rid of what was the obstruction. So as I was using this whole thing there in the bath, was pushing this whole thing, I started to realize, but hey, wait a minute. This is what I'm doing in my coaching work. I'm seeing many people who also have an obstruction, limiting beliefs, toxic beliefs in their lives, and they need to get rid of it. We need to use the emotional mental plunger to plunge the things out, That's what we're doing here tonight, okay? So I hope that you can also just plunge out what is not applicable and serving you anymore. The fear, reframe it as excitement. You know what, sometimes I just wish these negative thoughts that people think, we can just put it like this, extract it, and get it out. Oh goodness. Just a day. Sometimes, I've got a red mark here, but you get it. Sometimes to get rid of it is an effort. But once you get rid of all the negative limiting thoughts that's holding you back in terms of fear and doubt, you are free. And then the water can flow. Okay. Are you flowing? Are you busy flowing in your natural flow? If so, congratulations. Wonderful, wonderful. That's the whole idea of flowing in your natural flow. Speaking of natural flow, let's move on to the next point, ladies and gentlemen. I said in the previous slide that you can reframe fear as excitement. You just need to look from a different angle, change your perspective. And now, that plunging effect, let go of the negative beliefs in your life. Limiting beliefs create the illusion of low confidence. Because confidence, ladies and gentlemen, is your natural state. It is your natural state. You weren't born with a low self-esteem. Hey, but some people believe that nonsense. No. Confidence is your natural state, your true, authentic self to be. But old conditioning trauma or societal programming blocks it. Remember that session we had about the 10 generational beliefs that we inherited from our parents, our great parents, and our great parents? That's it. Those old conditioning trauma and societal programming blocks it. And the idea in this broadcast that we are doing tonight is our 13th episode, where I have been identifying and exposing the one limiting belief after the other so that we can plunge it. Let's just use the mental plunger. You're going to have to identify the belief that says, I'm not good enough, and replace it with a relevant truth that serves you better. Because if you do this, internally you change first before you can see an external manifestation of your life. Because your external reality is a reflection of your internal state. We've been saying this for over and over and over and over, that your external reality is a mere projection of your internal state. When you look at your circumstances, it's a mess. Ask yourself what's going inside. Just like when I look at a person's car seats inside, if it's a mess, they don't clean their car. I'm just wondering what's going on inside. When I go to people's houses who are hoarders, goodness, they've got a hoarder mindset. Your external environment is only a manifestation of your internal environment. By you first changing the reality of your internal environment by becoming aware of your limiting beliefs, and you can change it. You can change the outcome, you can change your environment, but you first need to change. You take full responsibility of your limiting beliefs. So by shifting self-perception, you shift your outcomes. Just for interest's sake. Just for interest's sake. 3 nice homework exercises. What you can do this week is to write down a fear-based thought. That thought that causes you to have the butterfly stomach effect. Like, for instance, I fail, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm a loser. What other people say, what will other people say? I fear rejection. All of those fear-based beliefs. Then you ask yourself, where did I learn this belief? Where does it come from? And then, following, is it absolutely true what I believe? Or is it just an assumption? And then, finally, you can just go further to replace it with your truth. Okay? Your truth. A truth that serves you. Because every experience has the opportunity and the potential to teach you something valuable. Between the year of Standard 3, when I was severely bullied as a kid, putting me in that special needs school, today, in retrospect, I'm grateful for all the big bullies, because they became my coaches. They taught me streetwise skills. They taught me to be tough. So what was once my enemy is now my ally. Think of your ex, the X factor in your life, the one that you've left, the one that you think has created so many scars in your life. But if you reframe it, it's your training field to become a life coach, to become a person of influence. And what we're doing in our life coach and mentoring program, for those of you who are joining it, welcome. We've got a couple of, I think 5 of you have already joined every Thursday night. There's place for more. We are learning there to use our pain as a game, to turn your humiliation into a story, to rewrite your story, to crack the code of shame, to encode it and convert it to something that you can capitalize on in many, many different ways in order to bring a change in other people's life. You don't run away from your story, you embrace your story, and I'm helping you in that program how to rewrite, reframe the story so that you can add even more value and you have more credibility. People who are in shame, they shy away from what happens, from the roots, and they don't grow because they hide it. While your pain is supposed to be an opportunity to add value to other people's lives eventually, and through your storytelling, you're also getting healed. That's the whole idea of that program. So that's what I want to help you now tonight. So, fantastic. Maury, I know what you mean when you say your house now is squeaky clean. And so is your salon because you have control over it now. That's what I love. When you can take control over it because you responded to your highest excitement. And that's the beauty of letting go of all negative beliefs, because a claustrophobic environment, a toxic, stinking environment is the manifestation of a stinking, thinking mindset. And too many people don't like it, what I say. But your external environment is just a manifestation of the internal environment, that internal reality that we can change. Beautiful stuff, eh? Letting go of these negative beliefs. And if you want to learn more about, give me an example of negative beliefs, there are 12 other episodes where we've covered it so far. So let's just have fun and look at it. Okay, so here's the next point. Here's the next point following letting go of negative beliefs, as to act without needing any external validation. See, true confidence comes from acting on your inner truth, not waiting for any external approval. How do I look in this jacket? Shall I wear this or not? What shall I eat in the spur tonight? Shall I order this or no? What do you think? Come on. I am beautiful. I know what I want. I'm acting on my inner truth because I know who I am, therefore I know what I want. You see, seeking validation from others weakens your confidence because you need to be more decisive. You need to be more decisive. It weakens otherwise your confidence because it puts your self-worth outside of you. You make external things dependent on validating your self-esteem. That's why so many people are dependent on others. So many people are dependent on their prestige, on what other people think of them. While true confidence is the willingness to express yourself fully, even if no one else approves. The way you dress, the way you color your hair. I'm just thinking now, is there any of you this week who wants to color their hair green, pink, or purple? But you've been afraid of what other people will say or might say about it. But your true authentic self is saying, that's going to excite me, just a mere idea of doing it. Why wait? Act on your true, highest excitement by becoming the true authentic self. Okay? So that's what I'm saying here tonight. That the more you take actions based on your internal guidance, what you really want, that internal GPS in terms of your highest excitement, the stronger your self-trust becomes, and the less you will care about what other people may think about you, because what they think about you is none of your concern then any longer. You don't need the external validation. I value the value of feedback, of course. Feedback is important. It's like a mirror. But I am not going to allow other people's mirror, the way they see me through their mirror, to intoxicate or violate my mirror. The way I see myself, not through their mirrors, because many people who criticize you, they only criticize you through their distorted mirror. People see themselves the way they see themselves. Instead of, let me rephrase it, people see you through the eyes they see themselves. I was just now for a minute distracted because someone wants to be part of the group now, and the person asking now permission. I'm not going to do it now because I'm done with you. I'm busy with you. You see, people, the way people criticize you is just a reflection of themselves, their own pain that they project towards you. And that cannot be a valid mirror. Okay? So that's why I'm saying tonight, let's become aware of my internal validation that I need. For instance, if you love an unconventional hobby, but you fear judgment, do it. Does any of you have a funny hobby or unusual hobby that you want to pursue? Maybe tonight is just the opportunity to where I'm confirming it for you. Okay? So the more you practice acting without needing approval, start with small steps, the more self-assured you become. And later on, some of you want to start their own business. You need to first become self-sufficient. When you want to be independent, standing on your own legs, being an entrepreneur, for instance, having that sideline hustle, you need to understand you have to trust your own instinct instead of being so dependent on the system. Many of you have been working in a bureaucratic environment, and because of that, you fear breaking out of it because you're so used to a boss who shuns you around, who abuses you, because you don't know of how to step into the unknown. The fear of the unknown is even worse than the abuse you tolerate in the familiar environment. It's because you have been buying into external validation. You know what? My experience is many people who are living in a relationship with a narcissist, just if the narcissist can just give them a little bit of attention, a little bit of a compliment, oh, they are so embracing at that moment of attention, just for the narcissist to turn it around the next moment. But they will stay in that relationship for the sake of external validation until they realize that validation from within is my true GPS that I need to discover from within. So, yeah, any of you want to just pursue an unconventional hobby? Right, that would be very interesting, yeah. Murray, you say, I'm the boss. Yes, boss, you're the boss. That's it. And you can do it. It's been waiting all the years for you to come forward. And many times we have to suffer first a lot before our eyes open and realize I deserve better. I actually can do it. I can do it. Right. Now, here it comes. In this whole process of building confidence and acting on your highest excitement and letting go of limiting beliefs and learning to reframe the limitations, the negativity, into positivity in your life, you're going to have to trust the flow of life. The next thing that's going to happen when we're acting on our highest excitement is the following, that confidence is always rooted in the understanding that reality is on your side. Reality is on your side. Let me explain how it works. Reality is on your side because everything happens for the highest growth. Even the so-called failures, the way your life has been going in the flow of things, where it has brought you, is wonderful, is perfect. What you need to know now, you know it. You're not supposed to know more what you don't know right now. Where you need to be is where you are now. You don't need to be somewhere else. It's the flow. Accept it. Everything happens for your highest growth. Even those so-called failure setbacks in your life, they all serve a purpose. The bullying at school, the trauma, everything eventually becomes part of the flow. Even the shame. When I was a little kid, I remember how ashamed I was when the special needs school bus used to pick us up. And all the other kids in the school used to wave at me and do this. I felt ashamed of my mental health condition as a little boy. I didn't know how to handle it because my validation was external, what other kids will think of me. It was a pain point, shame. Shame is the result in my life, was the result of my life, because I was still seeking external validation. The group must accept me, which didn't happen. Trust the flow of life. And as you're going to respond and act on your highest excitement, you're going to have to embrace uncertainty and trust that life unfolds in perfect timing. The fact tonight that we had a bit of an issue with the sound, it's part of the flow. I was a bit unsure what I had to do, but it's part of the flow. When that traffic comes to a standstill, you're going to be late for your appointment. It's part of the flow. When you're acting on your highest excitement, it's part of the flow. Everything starts to flow. But when you try so hard to work on that toxic marriage of you, and the partner is not coming to the party, there's a resistance. There's no flow. You're not acting on your highest excitement then. It's a drag. It's a pain. It's an indication that you need to do something about it, to realign yourself back into your highest excitement so that synchronicities can flow in your life. Even the psychopath teaches you that you're out of alignment with yourself by being associated with them until you understand that and are ready to move out, whatever the cost. Yes, I like it what you say there, Mariska. Stop caring what other people think of you. What you think of yourself, how you reframe your opinion of yourself, that's where the power lies. Part of the flow. There's maybe a reason why it happened. There's always a reason why it happened. By being involved in a toxic relationship, teaching you so many things about yourself, making aware of what your values are, observing yourself without judgment, learning from the painful experience and becoming stronger. Because today I don't see myself as that little boy anymore who was in that special needs school. I don't see myself because I've learned the lessons. I've spoken about the shame. The moment when you speak about shame, there's no more shame because it's out in the open. You're free. You are reframing and retelling your story. And this is what I love about this group. You are learning to retell your story and looking at your situation from a different angle. And that's the beauty of this group. That's what I love about this group. And especially those of you who joined the coaching program. Right, so I'm very, very excited. I see some people, when it was going down the sound, some people went off and other people came on and others stayed on. No issue. It's part of the flow. It, you were supposed to be here. The others were supposed to be in another alignment of their highest excitement. That's how life goes. Then you don't have to be to take offense anymore because there's a flow of things. Everything is just happening spontaneously, provided that you are staying in the flow of your highest excitement the whole time doing it. Even if you are doing something that you don't enjoy now, but it's going to serve for the greater cause of your highest excitement, like studying or saving money, that also contributes towards your highest excitement eventually. Okay, so now here comes the last point. I think you've heard so far tonight, I was speaking about the idea of your higher mind and your physical mind, your higher mind and your lower mind, your higher self and your lower self. Now, what does this mean? And to end tonight's broadcast, I would like to just elaborate on this powerful aspect of humanity. If you can understand the two parts of you, how these two aspects of you are often in conflict with your true authentic self. Let's have a look at it. And you see, the higher mind is your GPS and the physical mind is the driver. So the GPS and the driver, they always work together. The one can't be without the other. Like the GPS, the higher mind sees the bigger picture of your life beyond time and space, and it operates in a non-physical, multidimensional perspective. And it operates also on your highest excitement. But the driver comes from a limited, linear perspective, navigating reality based on past experiences, logic, and conditioning. But the GPS, the higher mind, comes and exists in the timeless now and sees all possible futures. It knows what is truly aligned in your life. But the driver part operates in linear time, analyzing reality based on past experiences, projecting fears, the buts. While the GPS, the higher mind, feels peace, excitement, gratitude, and trust because it sees reality from a state of certainty and alignment. While the lower mind, the driver, often experiences anxiety and doubt. You see, the GPS mind creates synchronicities, opportunities. And many of you, over the past few months, I've seen how you've shifted from the decision making, the driver, towards the GPS being the new decision maker. You're not responding to your lower self anymore, to the physical mind. Both of them are important. Just like your upper body and your lower part of your body need each other. They work together. Can't do the other one with the other, each one with the other, but they both serve different purposes, your higher mind and the lower mind. So the higher mind, in point 4, I mentioned it creates synchronicities, what we spoke about tonight. But we can't eliminate logic and reasoning. So we need to balance the two with each other. There's a place for overanalysis. There's a place for resistance, but if it becomes toxic and it disconnects you from your higher mind, it's a problem. It's a serious problem. When doubt causes a setback in your life. And that's the whole idea of understanding the difference between the higher mind and the physical mind in your life. And if you understand these two parts of you, and the whole time you're living in the moment and you're aware, you will be definitely aware when is your higher mind now operating or when is your lower mind now dominating. And when the lower mind comes, it's time just to doom them away. Just doom the damning thoughts away. And that's the whole idea of when we learn to be aware of the present moment we are in. Am I now in my lower mind, physical mind, or am I now in my highest state of being? And when we are anxious, doubt, having those lower vibrational thoughts, and feelings, to be aware of it, that is not serving me right now, and it's time for me to align myself, reframe the situation, to get myself back into the state of my true, authentic self. I'm so glad tonight that we had this disruption, this so-called disruption. It's part of synchronicities of life. And may this week be a moment of ching, enlightenment, as you learn to live according to your higher self, and you don't keep on reacting on your lower self, your lower physical self. Do not ignore or cut off the lower physical self. Acknowledge it, but allow the driver to do the driving, and let the GPS do the GPS task. Do not confuse the two with each other. Your GPS cannot drive, and your driving, the driver, doesn't have a GPS automatically. The two need each other. And I hope that this class tonight, this session tonight, helped you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. I am very deeply grateful for everybody who became part of this wonderful broadcast. Remember, just a few announcements. Last one, almost forgot, 11th to the 13th of April. If any of you still want to become part of the mindfulness retreat that I'm going to do, you're more than welcome. And also, if anyone wants to still join the coaching mentorship program on a Thursday evening between 7 and 8 o'clock, you're welcome to sign up. Go to our Facebook group and our month-to-month subscription at 89 Rand, and also then my mindfulness moment workbook, activity book that is available for you. And as I'm going to say now goodbye to you, I'm going to play that video for you about the workbook if any of you still need to know more how that workbook works. So thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm very excited. Thank you, Ilani, for, yes, this makes a lot of sense. Sonia, thank you. Desiree, thank you. May you all have a blessed week. Mari, dankie vir jou ook, vir al die positiviteit. And Mariska, yes, thank you for your beautiful messages here tonight. And I really, really appreciate you all deeply. And now I'm going to just edit everything and put the story of the night on our group. And also, remember, I have a YouTube channel, The Ancient Master, if you want to watch all the other videos there. Until next week, we will see each other then, and take care of yourself, stay in the present moment, and act on your highest excitement. I'm so excited to make a big announcement, because today marks the launch of my mindfulness workbook, Mindful Moments. It's a hands-on guide designed to help you step by step to live mindfully, to be in the present moment, to be aware of what's happening now. It's a guide to cultivate calmness, a sense of focus, and a way to regulate your emotions. Whether you're a teen, an adult, doesn't matter who you are. This book is for everybody. Anyone who is struggling with focus, anyone who's struggling with anxiety, those of you here today that says, yes, I've been diagnosed with ADHD, I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and also bipolar. I struggle to regulate my emotions. My emotions go like this. It fluctuates. Yes, This book has been designed for you in particular. And even if you are a mental health professional, this book is a handy tool that you can use to assist your patients, to guide them all the way. Let me tell you more about the backstory of this book. For 6 years, I've been working now with patients who are struggling with borderline personality disorder and patients who are struggling with anxiety in particular and also depression. And what they all have been telling me is, Jazz, we need resources, we need tools, practical, hands-on, day-to-day tools. Yes, we've been through therapy and it's very important, but now we want to apply what we are learning in therapy, group therapy, individual therapy. We need to apply what we are learning. And here I saw a need that needs to be fulfilled. And this is where I came up with this workbook. And besides this, what I have been doing is to look at the activities that I've been applying, that I've been using with my patients. And I've selected the most popular ones and I put it in this workbook. It's a bundle of more than 50 different activities, all of them helping you to learn to focus better, regulate your emotions, and to be in the moment. And you don't start necessarily from page 1 and you work your way through. You can look at the index and check which activities resonate the most with you. And those are the activities that you will then start and play with it. How do I use the book? Simple. Have coloring pencils with you, not cokies, okay? Just pencils or pens, and make it colorful. And whatever emotion you experience, use associate color. Just go with it. Just have fun. Just like I have had so much fun. In fact, the last part of this book, I completed it somewhere in the bushveld in South Africa. And there I was in the nature and just observing there next to a river how the fish is jumping out of the water, and observing the baboons there. They also observing me, and just to be connected there to nature. And this is where I found my final inspiration to complete this workbook. Although it's been a journey of past 6 years, it all culminated to this week that I spent there in the bushveld, taking all the activities and bringing it together and to say, yes, here is the workbook available for you. For me, it was a journey. It was really an amazing journey that I've been following on my own, with my patients, with my friends. They're all giving me feedback. Yeah, that one, that will work, that one won't work. And so I've just been playing around with the activities until I was satisfied. Yes. These are the activities that belong in this workbook. Why this book? You know, I have learned one thing, and this is mindfulness. The secret of being happy is to be in the present moment. But what I've also learned, there are so many useful, handy activities that you can use to practice mindfulness. And all of those activities that I have counted, they are here in this workbook, available for you. So, what makes it even more unique? I have decided to make this workbook a bit hybrid, interactive. So there are many QR codes that you will scan with your phone, and that will take you to a video to watch or to listen to something that I want to share with you. So this has really enriched or increased the quality of this workbook to make it even more accessible, to make it more creative, more exciting for my people who are purchasing the workbook. What kind of activities are in this workbook? Well, I've created so many interesting ones. From maze activities to word puzzles. Oh yeah, don't forget about my favorite mandalas that I have created over the years. They are also in there. Some planning tools, some daily activities to monitor and track your emotions, to just become aware of what you're struggling with, things that you feel is busy undermining your confidence, learning to be more creative. If you feel stuck, you don't know where to go in your mind, that brain fog experience that you have that's so unpleasant. All of these activities I've just pulled in. Say, hey, let's help each other here. Let's see how we can really make life practical, joyful. Because I don't know about you, but struggling with anxiety, struggling with any kind of mental disorder, it is a burden. It's a real challenge. But the key has to do with managing it, regulating your emotions, to deal with it. It's not to take it away, but it's to learn to regulate it. That's what this workbook is about. So here, you're not going to read much. You're going to learn to apply all your senses, what you see, hear, smell, feel, touch, anything to do with your senses. I want you to ground yourself in the present moment with these activities in this workbook. My desire is that you will get the heart of this workbook, to find the essence and the joy and the peace and the reward of being able to live in the present. There's lots of you here today that are struggling to be in the present. Your mind is forever all over the place, either wondering about what must happen next, or having regrets of the past, or overanalyzing things. We call it judging yourself. And all of these activities in this workbook are there to just bring yourself to that moment of acceptance, of peace, and to ground yourself. Now, how do you get hold of a copy? You need to go to my website, theancientmaster.com, and there you will just go to the shop section and order it. Just order it and follow the prompts there, the steps, and with the courier services that I'm linked with, you will be able then to have your book on your doorstep.